we came across the documents and speeches of the leaders of the Russian anti-cult movement from decades ago, in which they were stating how to fight sects. And they say, yeah, we have to recruit agents, send them to sects, and blow up the sects from the inside. So destroy them, get the phone numbers of the sectarians, get their addresses, publish them online, get articles published in newspapers, pay money for it, and incite hatreds towards religious minorities in Russia.
And where can
And
people get that information from?
well, it's on Act Files. There is an article about the agents of Ratsirs, about the Russian Ratsirs and their agents in
Perfect.
Ukraine. So, yeah, thank you for reminding this. And the most bizarre thing is the end of that speech and that article that was published later by anti-cultists from Russia. They say why they need to destroy so-called sects and religious movements and anyone besides Russian Orthodox Church.
That's right.
That's the craziest part, and I know you know about this.
Yeah, so I just want to tie in a few points for
To
people
use
because
nuclear weapons,
to use nuclear weapons,
to
but
use
you said a few key points there. They implemented an ideological war. So the informational ecology became flooded essentially with pollution of labels, right? And then they began to put their agents in place. That's correct?
Absolutely. And the most shocking part that they say we have to fight sects and cults in order to get people to Kremlin who will have enough guts to press the nuclear button. Isn't that crazy?
No, it's interesting, but it makes sense if you don't really care about anything but power. So it's crazy to the to the rest of us who want to live our lives, right?
Absolutely. And you know, when Russian invasion started, first when Crimea was occupied by Russia, then agents of anti-cult umbrella federation, FACRIS, in which, once again, Russian anti-cultist Alexander Dworkin from ROC and Russian Ratsirs, he is the vice president of FACRIS, French-based umbrella association, which gets funding from French taxpayers' money.
I
They
think
were
people really
visiting.
need to understand right here because you're about to talk about a key point that the individuals we're talking about right now, they have the inner security around Putin's government in Russia, correct? These individuals have his ear. These individuals are making policies. These individuals are influencing those policies and
Yes.
implementing those policies. So at the time of the annexation of Crimea, the whole world was just focused on Steven Seagal, right? And Vladimir Putin
Hmm.
and our president at the time. So 2014, that would have been around the time of Mr. Obama. So it's really interesting because while the whole world was focused on this, this was the hidden hand behind the scenes pulling the strings.